down the street, around the corner,
or across the world.
It's all a part of the Town North Y community.
We support after school at Sierra Vista.
Neighborhood programs at Johnson's Outpost,
Ambassadors of Compassion at W.T. White High School,
and how you should appreciate the people you have in your life.
Summers at Camp on the Lake.
and a variety of special needs programs.
It's what we do, but more importantly, it's who we are.
It's who we are.
It's who we are.
Born Adolphus Lawson 58 years ago in Liberia.
He moved to New York with his parents, was introduced to soccer at the ripe old age of 14, played at Southern Connecticut State University, where he was named All-America in 1978 and 79.
Was a member of the 1980 USA Olympic soccer team, played pro soccer, earning the nickname the Indoor Warrior.
And retired in 1991.
I started back at the Y in 1986. One of the first things that I did was I had the opportunity to go down and order some trophies. I walked into this place and I saw Doc Lawson. I had no idea that Doc Lawson had a trophy company. At that time, he was playing for the Dallas Sidekicks, and he was always on the news. He was the Indoor Warrior. So when he retired, he came in one day and he was talking to me a little bit about awards, but I asked him if he wanted to be an official. So he started officiating for us here at the Y. He brought a great positive environment out there to the Y soccer field. He shows respect to all the parents, all the kids out there. He is what YMCA sports is about. Kids are drawn to him, people are drawn to him, but especially those 3- and 4-year-old kids, he's like the Pied Piper of soccer. I knew when he came up and told me what he was going to do in Liberia, I was speechless, because I knew that the Town North YMCA is not as good as it was the day before.
Doc followed his heart and instincts.
Returning home to a part of the world that was mired in desperation.
What led me back to the Liberia was the idleness of the children, the potential risk to these children to have absolutely nothing to do, the potential dangers of what they can get into because of their idleness, because there was no structure and system to try to get them together and somewhat begin to install some values and some codes, some moral thoughts to help them figure things out. And one of the best ways I've learned to do that is through sports and recreation and play. We were extremely successful. We had leagues going, we ran tournaments for the children, we had after-school programs we had going for the kids. We even started some programs within their schools for them. And during that time, over the past 5 years, we've reached over 60,000 children, which is enormous, right, for such a short period of time. So we were then planning our next steps, which was to increase that number and expand our program now through the Y into other communities throughout Liberia, and then boom, Ebola hit.
Sweating, uncontrolled bleeding, and then death. Ebola's curse is swift and it's gruesome.
With the virus spreading and no country apparently able to bring it under control. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Foya, Liberia.
Following civil war and the pandemic, the population was decimated.
The adult community was virtually non-existent.
The youth of Liberia had no relationship with the outside world or each other.
And that's when Doc delivered the message that sports, specifically soccer,
can reunite and recreate a community.
When Ebola hit, the government declared a policy that there were no public gathering was allowed in the nation as a whole. So you couldn't play games, you couldn't gather to run activities, you couldn't do after-school programs. The children weren't even allowed to go to school. Well, Ebola is over now. Right? What new message are we going to tell them? And how are they going to learn that message? How they're going to learn it's okay to hold hands again. It's okay to play again, right? It's okay to interact again. It's okay to run around the neighborhoods with your friends again. How are we going to get that message to them? One of the fastest way to do that is through play. It's through sports, it's through recreation, it's through activities. And the organization has got the infrastructure, and thank God the infrastructure is still there even through Ebola. It's the Liberia YMCA. That structure and that system is still there that we can go back and rebuild and reconstruct.
Doc being Doc.
Sharing the same life lessons that he taught our children and our parents at the Town North Y.
With another culture,
Another country.
another continent.
The children of Liberia have hope because we have hope. We have become their hope until they can have hope. They have life now because we have life. And we have life enough to care about them, so they have life because we care.